We're not going to, we've had a lot of the dictionary in this hearing so far. It's an article which is not kind to Mr. Matlala.
Oh, yes.
It portrays him as someone who is involved in murky dealings. Of course, I don't rely on this article for what's contained in it. But if I had to read this article before meeting someone, and I do meet him, even if I didn't know I was going to meet him, I'd probably jump up immediately and leave. I mean, this is just randomly look at it's about the Tembisa Hospital fraud investigation. He's now entangled in a case involving the kidnapping of a woman and a child. Then it talks about following a raid on his home. Then in court papers, so he's involved there. There's the 360 million. Then it talks about Kobile, Tikhale, and a 9-year-old son were abducted. And then it ends with with a reference to the late Babita Deokaran, the late but famous whistleblower. But 3 weeks after that, she was killed. So the whole thrust of the article, quite frankly, portrays him as a dark character.
I agree.
You met with him?
Maybe, SC, we don't come from the same world of understanding matters. I said to you, the call comes from prison. It tells me that in a certain lodge at Tulundi, there are people who are sitting there with the AKs, and they are ready to kill this ex-Ingos. And I say, I speak to provincial commissioner. He goes there and says, he finds the information as is. I could have said to a person who's calling from prison, don't phone me. Don't call me. And Inkosi dies. Okay. If there are few criminals, that you would know, they are top. If that criminal phones you, he phones me, and I know him, to say, SCRNs will be assassinated. And I say, look, you are a criminal. Don't phone me, don't talk to me about any other things. And you are assassinated. And I come to tell the story that, by the way, this criminal phoned me. And I did not do anything. I agree. There are meetings that you would do. Let me tell you one story of a person that I met who is a king of Zamazamas. Actually, there are two Zamazamas. One, I forget his surname, is a Soto guy because this guy, Zamazamas are mostly also run from Lesotho. I met him. Later, that guy is arrested. But he was to meet me to give me information. Okay? The second thing that could not be made direct, there is a guy called LL. I don't know if you know a guy called LL, SC. His name is Louis Lubbenberg. He's a king of Zamazamas. He cleans diamonds and everything. He's millions and millions. He finds MKP. He maybe finds Baba and through him, MKP, because he paid 500,000. He paid 500,000 for the case for the private case to be taken to court. I think taking case privately, you pay. He paid that money. And he has been arrested. He's in prison as I speak for running diamond. He has appeared in court, and MK has been in court supporting him every day when he goes to court. Now, I don't know whether they don't know that, but the crux of the matter is that you can meet somebody and get later how deep that person is. But if you work in security, SC, you can't say, I can't meet you, because that kind of information from that person could be the lifesaver of many other things. So understand where I come from. By the way, I do meet criminals. I do. And the information can be broader used than not having met him. Others, there are those that are obvious, like the Cape Town one. Really, I can't meet Medoc. I can't meet Nasif. I can't meet those guys. But those, because you know how far have they gone, it might not help you. You can even, those guys say, meet so and so and send the officer to that person. But some of these guys will refuse to say, I am not going to give this information because if I give this information to somebody different, it might come back to bite me. But this is a world that we live in from the work that we are doing or we were doing SC.
So, if because of time, General, if I could just move on. So, you met Matlala again several times after that?
Yes.
Why?
This question of politics, Matlala, me, and Mkhunu has come on play, because Matlala begins to feed me things that either Mahotsi or Mkhunu, they are fitting to him. Basically, some of them, they are targeted to Khumalo. I must come up front. I've worked with Khumalo. I've seen his work. I think I don't know his dark side, but he's one, if he does have one, but he's one corp that I will protect. Khumalo is one corp that I'll protect. So, and it's like Mkhwanazi himself. For me, he remains a good.
Shake and win millions of prizes with the AliExpress $1 challenge.